Hey, it's Darlene. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my creative life. I'm still working on my Tomcat Strut Year 3 photos and I have lots of them. So these layouts, I'm using this sketch right here. Even though it shows 3 photos, I end up getting, I believe it's 8 on this side, and then on the second side, because I end up switching it into a 2-page spread. And so it's so easy to look at a 1-page sketch and convert it into 2 pages by basically doing the same thing. So I'm working on the left side first. I cut that yellow piece of paper at 6 inches, so it's 6 by 12, and these strips right here are 10 and a half inches tall, and they're 2 inches wide, 2.5 inches wide. Boy, I think I'd get that right. If you have any questions about the sizes, you can click down in the information box. I do have a link to my blog, and I'll have that measurements on there. But with this activity or this occasion, we have a virtual marathon that my family and I do every November, and it's to honor one of my nephews. So it's called the Tomcat Strut. Now, I won't talk too much about it because if you are a subscriber of mine, you've heard me tell you all the things. But we take lots of photos during the month of November, and a lot of them are like, how do you call that? I want to say landscape, but is that the word I'm thinking of? Just whatever we're looking at outside. So our walks, we're taking photos of, just the sunrise or trees or grass or sometimes our shoes, just kind of random things, as well as selfies. And you'll notice some of these photos actually do have people in them. But a lot of it too is just little notes that we send ourselves, either to encourage more strutting is what we call the walk, or sometimes a little trash talk, and sometimes it's just what you're thinking of at that moment. And so it's kind of cool, and I like to include those with these. There's tons of pictures, and that's why I like to do the small photos like you see here. And I do that I just go to my local Walgreens, so you could probably do this anywhere, any photo processing place. And I use the collage print, and I use a 4x6 collage. Now, if you put in 2 photos, you get wallet-ish size prints. But if you put, 3 or 4 or more pictures, they come in all these multiple sizes. And I love that, especially for these pictures that don't necessarily need to be huge ones, because like I said, they're just kind of, just photos of the area, the outside, outdoors, not necessarily something that you need like a full print for. But, and that also allows me to add just so many more pictures onto the page. So on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8 on this one, and there'll be 10 on the right side. So I'm just kind of putting them down like I think I want it. Now, again, that's not thinking about any embellishments or, title journaling, anything like that. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out photo placement. I pulled out my my circle cutter, because that sketch, if you took a good look, and if not, you can always rewind and look back, it had like a circle on that strip. So I just grabbed some paper. Now, this particular year, so my nephew, a different nephew, he's a graphic artist, and he creates the graphic every year. And this year it happened to be yellow, kind of that golden yellow and navy blue. And so that's why I stuck with that color scheme. Now, also, if you are a follower of mine, and if you've seen more of these videos of this Tomcat Strut for year 3, the bigger yellow strip that's there, the 6 by 12 one, on the back, it's actually a nautical themed paper pack that I'm using. So obviously this is not a nautical subject or occasion, but this is a good time to really look at your papers, because especially on that like side B, like the side A might be just full of nautical, like in this case, but in the back you're just getting kind of these solids or general prints that you can use really more for the color versus the theme of the paper. So if you haven't seen my other videos, I strongly advise you or recommend that you look at them, because you'll know exactly what I mean. Because some of the embellishments I also used on previous of other pages are some of the ones that were included in this kit. So again, not nautical in any way, but I was still able to use them. So that's pretty cool. And also like kind of just a rule of thumb for anything really, if you like the colors, use them. They don't have to match exactly as far as the theme. It's just really on how it fits your vision of what your page should look like. So I mentioned before that when you take a 1-page sketch and you change it or make it into a 2-pager. So I did the exact same thing, only instead of having that marathon vertical strip on the right side of the page, I moved it over to the left side. So when you see 2 pages like you do there, you can see how I just kind of change things so they're opposite end and they actually fit into a 2-pager versus a 1-pager. I hope that makes sense. So my biggest goal for these layouts are to put as many photos as I can because like I mentioned, I printed a ton. So I really worried about photo placement first. And you see me kind of shuffle through a lot because of course I want lots of photos, but I also want it to be pleasing to the eye. I'm thinking in the back of my mind that I want to add, some kind of title, some kind of journaling. And it's not a whole lot because it's an occasion that, you can tell from the photos that it's a marathon and what we're doing. And also it's a series of layouts. So I don't necessarily have to put all the journaling on every page, but I do like to put a little bit on because there's different things happening, for every page or for every spread that I'm doing. So I'm going to go to my Cricut in just a minute, and I'm going to cut out some letters for a title and the offsets for those letters. I'm going to pull out a packet that I already made some embellishments for this particular occasion, which I'm running low on, so I'm probably going to have to print out more. They're basically sneakers. And this little walking man that you see there, the yellow guy, those are cut with the Cricut. I do have those stickers of footprints, which I think are so fun. I wait a minute to do it on this side because I wasn't really sure what I was doing. At first, I thought I didn't want to put another circle because it just seems too crowded. But I pulled out some of those white squares and thought, well, maybe I can use a square. But then it didn't seem to really coordinate. So I thought, you know what, I'm technically following the sketch, or at least being very strongly inspired by it. I probably should add the circle. Now, if you notice the pictures, I don't have as much room on the other side, but I just kind of moved it around in placement. So it's not going to be the exact placement as the other, but it's fine. It's good enough. This blue stripe paper that I'm playing with is just a random blue stripe paper that from a completely different collection, but also because I was building this marathon collection, if you want to call it that, I was able to pull some of that golden yellow, some navy blues, and also that marathon paper to match that, that nautical print paper, which seems so weird to say because it doesn't seem like it goes. But that nautical print paper is a set from Close to My Heart. It's an old one. I want to say it's called Tommy. So if you are familiar with any of their sets, you'll be familiar with that one. Tommy or something like that. And now that I'm saying that is so wild. That is my nephew's name. Did I notice that before? I don't even know if I put that together. Anyhow, wow. So just real quick, I put together those titles. Nothing fancy. I mean, basically oh my goodness, tongue twister. Week 1. And then on the other page, I put and 2, because you could see there that larger picture that's not quite 4x6, but it's definitely the biggest photo on both sides is week 1 kind of leaderboard, and this side has week 2. And so it's a 50K that we do, which is about 31 point something miles. And I'm telling you, our family, we just get so into it, and I love it because we have the entire month of November to walk 50K or 31 miles, which means, at least a mile a day and at least one day more than that. But we get some strutters, that's what we call ourselves, our family members who, like, first week, they've done it. And it's not even really a contest. It's really more of a memorial type thing for one of my nephews. And no, the race is on. I mean, I'm telling you, and I walk more than I ever even think I should walk or will walk in a month. because I'm supposed to be walking, and so I'm walking to the store or walking to work, which I don't do any other time of the year, which is so nuts because it's so enjoyable, especially when the weather's nice. November's hit or miss. I live in California, so sometimes it's sunny still, and sometimes it's, raining and, well, I'm going to say freezing, but, that's California freezing. So, not really, there's no snow where I live, but for the most part, it's just really nice fall weather, and that's always fun. So I did vary the embellishments a little bit. Like you notice, I put the sneakers on the one side, and this one I put that little walking man. But I just wanted to add a little bit more because it just felt lacking. And now that I have placement for these things, I'm putting the footprints on this side, which are just clear stickers that I had forever, and I've used them a lot for this marathon. Again, this is year 3, so I have a series of 1, 2, almost done with 3, or about halfway done with 3 now, and then we are now actually currently in year 4. I'm using some strip adhesive or strip cardstock strips that have adhesive back for some just kind of really basic journaling. I like doing this because it's kind of, what's the word? Like I do them in strips, but also you can tell here that I'm just kind of cutting little pieces. So it's not like one full strip for one sentence, one full strip for another. It's just kind of whatever works. And I love the look at that. And then I do another one here and have a little bit of change of where I'm putting it, because I'm kind of putting it here, there, everywhere, seeing where it looks right. And I end up putting it in the circle, which is so fun. But again, lots and lots of pictures, which was my goal. But, we're scrapbookers, so I didn't want just pictures on a page. I had to find room for some fun pretties, which is what I call embellishments, title, and a little bit of journaling. So hope you like this video, and if you do, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. I do post at least 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in my creative life, and which I hope you enjoy, because it could literally be anything. I'm always creating, folks, but I absolutely love it. So thank you again for watching. I really, truly appreciate it, and I hope you like this video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks. Bye.